Howdy y'all, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. It's open house week, so we got an open house coming up on Memorial Day from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You're going to be there, but today is the 10 at 10 for Tuesday, May 20th of 2025. Y'all super excited about some of the cool trees we've got listing. Now, if you're purchasing something here and you're wanting to pick it up at the open house, you can do that, but please let our office staff know immediately. We're gonna ask that you let our office staff know at least minimum by Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Corbin, let's jump into the 10 at 10.
Guys, if you're not going to be able to show up for open house, it's all right, because Tim has let me know, and I've looked at this 10 at 10s for the next couple of days. He's bringing the heat. So guys, first up, we got Acer Pomatum Yellow Threads, an awesome linear lobum that's going to give you that nice strap leaf that we love. But then during the fall time, you're going to get some awesome yellows.
Yeah, I know, and if you give this tree some sunlight, you can get some yellow hues in this during the spring, like a yellow-green color. It's the most yellow of any of the linear lobum styles. It's got a short stature, something akin of something like Villa Toronto, where it's going to be about 6 feet in height, maybe 8 foot in width, in that nice V-shaped pattern. Like you mentioned, it goes to some nice yellows, oranges in the fall as well. It is a beautiful, really nice, upright, small to mid-sized tree to add some of that yellow-green color out there in the landscape with that bamboo kind of whimsical feel. It is a selection by Talon Buchholz. Guys, grab you one today. These are really popular. I love them. They got that yellow color.
Yeah, don't miss out. Linear lobums are a great subsection of maples.
So guys, if you don't know anything about us, we're MrMaple.com. These trees get listed at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mr. Maple. We've got an email. You can find out the other 10. We actually have 20 that get listed today and on Thursdays. Guys, check it out. Guys, next up is Kuran Aishi, the Red Lion's Head.
Yeah, this one is so awesome. It was one of the first plants that I, purchased whenever I got here. Got it as a Mother's Day gift. I got a pretty nice 7-gallon size one. It's going to be a slower growing dwarf. I've seen some mature sizes, not much taller than 6 foot tall by about maybe like 3.5 foot wide. And I just love the reds on this one during the springtime. I mean, being named Kuran Aishi, meaning Red Lion's Head, such aptly named by, a Master Yano, so...
Yeah, I mean, this is such a cool tree. That twisting leaf, that brick red color in the spring, just gives something very texturally, very interesting. It goes in that Macaulay Atabusa garden very well. I have seen that if someone grows these in too much shade, deep shade, you get more green on it. That's not really what this tree is known for. Give it some sunlight, get some of that brick red color to it, that tightly dense layering habit, that twisting leaf. It just really makes this tree have a lot of curb appeal out there in the garden. And bright oranges in the fall. This tree is easy to grow, great container plant. As with all container plants, make sure you give it good drainage for Japanese maples.
Yeah, drainage is key. I was hanging out with somebody the other day and they had a maple inside the house. I said, hey, you don't want to bring that thing indoors. You want to put it outside. Then I looked in the pot. The pot was completely empty of dirt except for the liner that the maple was sitting in. And I was sitting in about 2 inches of water.
Oh!
Standing water. So guys, that is how not to grow Japanese maples right there. Make sure you got them outside. They like being outside and they like making sure they have really good drainage going on.
Guys, don't be singing the blues. Pick you up a blues today. Picea pungens, the blues.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nativar of some sorts. If you live in Colorado, this is going to be a nice nativar for you to have. And if you live anywhere that we ship to, this is going to be a great plant to have around. We have one of these planted in our display garden. It has such nice contrast. A great plant to put this with is going to be a gold drift, because you're going to get those plays between the blues and the yellows that go on. But I mean, talk about Play-Doh trees. This is a great one to have. You see we have them staked up a little bit to give them some height. This would be one that kind of just crawls across the landscape if you didn't stake it up. Or if you're kind of looking for that, you can take some of these lower branches, spread them out a little bit, and you really get whatever you want shape-wise out of this plant.
Yeah, blue is one of those colors you don't find that frequently in nature. And with conifers, you can get something like the blues, which is a really nice weeping selection. We're talking stake this up to about 6 foot and just let this thing cascade down. It has a cascading habit similar to that of something like Ryusin that's heavily pendulous. So it's a fun tree to play out there in the garden like you were mentioning with. I mean, that heavily cascading habit gives us something interesting texturally, but that blue color is something that you don't find in maples, so it makes a great accompaniment to many of your trees. Pair this with the summer gold, you're going to have those blues and the yellows playing off of each other. I mean, those are exact opposites on the color wheel, so wham on the color contrast.
Definitely. Like I said, this is one that kind of gets my creativity rolling and rocking. And I mean, I love looking at the spring growth, such a nice pale yellow, but then you kind of get a deeper shade as you go into the wintertime. And it's going to bring some liveliness to that kind of drab winter garden as well.
Guys, next up we've got Acer Pomatum Incognito. If you don't know about this tree, it's pretty spectacular. It's something to akin in that Shishigashira / Makawa-like family. We've got one planted up near our office at MrMaple, so if you're coming to our open house, you should definitely check it out on the corner. The tightly layering habit, the twisting leaves, give this something visually interesting and texturally.
Yeah, don't let Incognito fly under the radar. It's going to be such a great tree. I love that leaf shape that it has, you know, kind of giving you some lime greens to yellows, like bronzy colors as it's leafing out, but then moving into that classic kind of like Terayama color. It gives you that kind of dark green leaf that I feel like it's very close. I think the Japanese would describe it as that green-blue color that Incognito goes to, and it just gives you such a nice contrast in the garden, especially with the leaf shape as well.
I think this is one that's going to sell out quickly today. It's going to be about 6 to 8 foot in 10 years, but make sure you check out quickly on MrMaple because this is one that sells out quickly. Our website doesn't hold it for you to complete that checkout process.
Yeah, definitely not one you're going to want to miss.
Guys, next up, we've got Acer Pomatum Green Mist.
Yeah, this one is an awesome lace leaf variety. Gonna have some really awesome fall colors. And I believe it was a Red Maple Nursery Introductions, right?
It was. I mean, I got to go visit the original Green Mist. It's one of our photos on our website. And you'll see Billy Schwartz being the Vanna White. Billy Schwartz, whose Shayna was his daughter, you know, famous maple guru. Dick Wolf was his mentor. Billy Schwartz was the apprentice when it comes to Japanese maples to him. And it's kind of cool because, you know, I look at Billy as a good friend and mentor to me. So I think the roles have kind of reversed where now I'm the apprentice to Billy. But I mean, this just has that beautiful, graceful shape. It's crazy seeing that original one in Lima, Pennsylvania. It's just got that huge structure. But I mean, in 10 years, 4 feet in height, 6 foot in width, nice cascading habit. But you really get some really nice shades of yellows and oranges in the fall.
Yeah, I know. If you're looking for something that is kind of like that classic green lace leaf look with a little bit different shape, you know, this one kind of gets a little bit further out there. And then the fall color, this is going to be great to put in a space where you want to cover up some area, let this thing get big, but then play with those contrasts during the fall times. I mean, something like Osakazuki is going to look great to kind of play between those oranges and reds and yellows all going on at the same time. And this one was just dope. It's awesome that, you know, Billy Schwartz has some hands in this, and, you know, him showing you that plan is awesome.
Now, we're going to be having some 2 gallons and 5 gallons of a bunch of different plants coming up, maybe even some 10 gallons. So we got some killer sizes. These are some great size 2-gallon green mist. You're going to take advantage of all these amazing sizes. Now, guys, before we get into what this really neat Acer japonica might be, I'm going to tell you more about that open house. We've got Jim Putnam coming on Memorial Day. He's going to be speaking. That's Memorial Day Monday. Get excited. It's going to be a blast. At our open house, we have a lot of fun things going on. We shoot top 5s. We got these Japanese maples everywhere, filled with the greenhouses full of Japanese maples. We got some cool conifers. We've got great sizes of unique Japanese maples. A lot of 1 gallons. That's where our biggest variety is, but we've got a lot of variety in 2s, 5s, and 10 gallons here at MrMaple for that open house. You'll want to come check everything out. Meet some other people who are passionate about Japanese maples like you as well. And guys, having Jim Putnam of HortTube speaking as well, there'll be a time where you can go hear him speak, and also a meet and greet. So get excited.
Most definitely. I'm super hyped about the open house. It's going to be a great time to get to meet some new people, see some old friends, and talk about plants. But guys, right now we got an awesome Acer japonicum fairy lights going on right here.
Yeah, Fairy Lights is a slow-growing Acer japonicum selection by Yamina Rare Plant Nursery in Australia. And it is one of my favorite Acer japonicums. Super slow-growing, super dense, one of the slowest-growing japonicums, but with that really nice lace leaf japonicum leaf.
Yeah, this one is definitely set apart because, you know, that lace leaf is so nice. It's such a small, slow-growing tree. But then, man, seeing this thing in fall color is just, I mean, that's where it gets the name of Fairy Lights. I mean, it just kind of dances across the landscape. Similar to something like Meikujaku, but I think it gives you maybe just a tinge more vibrant colors going on, and it just puts on a show.
And guys, some good sizes on these 5 gallons right now. This is a slow growing tree. So, I mean, this tree right here, this Fairy Lights, is probably in that 5 to 7 year range. I mean, super slow growing. And when you get that yellows and oranges and reds at the same time, it's full on Hulkamania. This is a beautiful Japonicum that you're gonna love. Great for containers, great for those fairy gardens. Y'all, one of my favorite Acer Japonicums right here. Don't sleep on it, they're gonna be gone fast.
Oh yeah.
Y'all, we've got some nice sized 2 gallons of Acer Pomatum Peve Starfish.
It's called Peve Starfish because it looks like a starfish, guys. This is one of the coolest maples that I started enjoying. It was one of the easiest ones for me to identify in a greenhouse. And, you know, Matt always says it's great for kids, but I think anybody at any age can enjoy it.
I mean, I love the texture that the starfish-like leaves provide. They just cup downward, where basically the edges of the leaves cup downward, giving this that unique starfish-like habit. Selection by Piet Vergelt in Holland, actually given that name Starfish, oddly enough, by Talon Buchholz. He walked by it and said, that looks like a starfish. And then later, you know, he realized later that Piet Vergelt actually introduced Peve Starfish into the trade. Y'all, this is a good mid-sized upright tree. We're talking 6-8 foot in 10 years. So it's not a very fast-growing Japanese maple, but it gives you a good red color, but also not just your typical blood good upright. I mean, that texture is really interesting in the garden.
Yeah, I love seeing large sizes on this one. I mean, these are great size 2 gallons that we got right here that are just going to give you such nice, I mean, it's going to feel like you got a nice established tree in the garden already. The contrast of that awesome leaf shape is going to contrast against stuff like Japonicums or maybe some of your Shirasawanums. This would look great next to an Arium, I believe, or any sort of yellow. So
now, you know what that Peve Starfish should look really good next to? Right here. These are some 5 gallon Acer Pictum Usugumos. Guys, one of the largest size Usugumos that we've shipped here at MrMaple. These 5 gallons have some tremendous size. Take advantage of this big batwing leaf maple in these awesome 5 gallons.
Yeah, I mean, we did a cultivar highlight of this that hopefully y'all will be seeing sometime soon. Usugumo is one that can't be slept on. I mean, one of my favorite Pictums. It's got such a unique looking leaf and it's got such a unique looking variegation on it. I just love how you can see that variegation work its way through all the veining in the leaf. And if you enjoy plants and you enjoy thinking about stuff like cellular structure of leaves and stuff and how that kind of the building of a leaf goes on, I think Usugumo is a great one to kind of enjoy all those little intricacies of.
And if you're not that big of a tree nerd as we are, I mean, just this thing can provide us some white, just color out there in the landscape with these big leaves that are very interesting. Textures play off of things like Peve Starfish very well and Fairy Lights because this leaf is so large. It looks very tropical. And then you add the fact that it leaves out kind of coral pink and then goes to almost a pure white after that. It's dynamic in the landscape and garden. Usugumo, very heat tolerant as well. We're growing them in full sun here in Western North Carolina. And this is one that's proven to do very well in higher heat climates. We've got a gorgeous one at our home and gardens at my parents' home that is probably now 10, 12 feet. Y'all, one of my favorite Pictums, and it's one that sells out really quickly. This is one to jump on really quickly today.
Yeah, Pictums are awesome, guys.
Guys, get excited because next up we got some really nice 3 gallons of Purple Ghost, a great Talon Buchholz introduction.
Yeah, this one, you know, first named of the Ghost series, but now the first introduction. You know, we got Purple Ghost going on right here. This one is just so amazing. I mean, getting to see that original Purple Ghost at Buchholz display garden is so amazing. Just kind of being like underneath of this one and seeing all the beautiful shades of the leaves that go on, but knowing that it's kind of that upright red, kind of that spreading out habit that gives you such nice color and something a little different than, say, your regular blood good.
And if you give this morning sun, afternoon shade, you're going to really get some really picked up colors. In the early spring, you can get fuchsia purples to lavender purples, which are really nice. I mean, pairing this with something like Golden Falls, another Talon Buchholz introduction, is going to give you some great contrast out in the landscape. But something like Usugumo we talked about earlier, or Fairy Lights would make great companions as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is one You're going to be able to put it next to anything in the garden. It's going to give you some really nice colors. It's going to show you that reticulation that we all love with the Ghost series. This is one that's becoming a staple in kind of a lot of gardens around the United States. It's such a good cultivar that really shows you what Japanese maples can do.
With its good upright habit, a tree that can reach 10 to 12 feet in 10 years. I mean, this thing gives it a dynamic color in the landscape you don't find on many Japanese maples with that purple lavender color. And then, you know, midsummer, you can get some more of this sort of red color that you get in the greenhouses here. I mean, this is an amazing tree that you're going to love.
Yeah, this is a ghost you're not going to worry about haunting your garden.
Guys, next up, we've got some 10 gallons of Acer Pomatum Hefners Red. I mean, this is such a great red upright Japanese maple and some killer instant gratification sizes.
Yeah, I mean, this one's awesome. My girlfriend lives near Taylorsville, so we've driven past the nursery that this is from. Such a great heat-tolerant red that's really going to hold its color in some of those hotter locations. It's not going to green up too much. And just kind of give you something that's in that medium growth range of, you know, 12 to 15 foot in 20 years. This is going to be one that is going to give you that classic look. But if you're in a little bit more of a sunnier, heated spot, this is going to be one you can plug into the garden and still get that classic color.
People in the Deep South have raved about how this Hefner's Red holds its colors so well. And like you mentioned, this was just a seedling found at Hefner's nursery that they planted out, and people love because of this deep dark red color. Such a beautiful upright red Japanese maple. Our 10 gallons, they're big. They ship without the container, so be ready to put this in a larger container or in the ground when you receive it.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome, but that's the last plant on the 10 at 10 that we got for today. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being such an awesome Maple Mafia out there, watching all the videos. We post 7 times a week, sometimes more if you're watching that Maple Mafia channel. We love doing live streams and videos for y'all, and we love sharing the knowledge that we have accumulated here at Mr. Maple.
So. And remember, we've got the open house coming up. That's May 26th of 2025 from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're wanting to buy trees online and then pick them up at the nursery, let us know Thursday beforehand by 1 p.m. by at least that time frame so we can get everything pulled for you and ready for you. We look forward to seeing y'all here next week. Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.